is Radio Romania International. You are listening to our one-hour broadcast in English for listeners in Western Europe and Africa. We can also be heard on the internet at www.rri.ro, Channel 1. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and other social media platforms. Our programs are also available on TuneIn and via satellite Eutelsat 16A on 11,512 MHz vertical polarization, azimuth 16 degrees east. Symbol rate 29,950 megasymbols per second. Standard DVB as2. Modulation 8 PSK. Audio PID 510. We wish you good reception conditions.
Hello, this is Daniel Beals with the news, the headlines. The ruling coalition in Bucharest has been assessing a series of potential amendments to the ordinance regulating energy prices and is currently drawing up fresh support and energy-saving schemes. Tens of thousands last night queued for hours in the centre of London to pay their last respects to Queen Elizabeth II, who died on September the 8th at the age of 96. And the world's former number one tennis player, Romanian Simona Halep, has announced her intention to stay away from competitions this year. The ruling coalition in Bucharest has been assessing a series of potential amendments to the ordinance regulating energy prices and is currently drawing up fresh support and energy-saving schemes. In order to reduce the energy consumption, coalition leaders have agreed that by next week, the Ministry of the Environment come up with a proposal to replace incandescent light bulbs with LED bulbs. At the same time, every ministry must come up with a measure plan to curb energy consumption. Coalition partners have decided the Ministry of Waters and Forests come up with a project to cap firewood prices for a period up to 6 months. Tens of thousands last night queued for hours in the centre of London to pay their last respects to Queen Elizabeth II, who died on September the 8th at the age of 96. According to Radio Romania correspondent in London, after the ceremonies that followed the Queen's death, King Charles yesterday returned to his Highgroves home in Gloucestershire. He comes back today with his consort Camilla for a visit to Wales, the last of his UK tour after succeeding his mother to the throne. State funeral for the Queen are to take place on Monday. The first religious service at Westminster Abbey at 11 o'clock local time is expected to be attended by 3,000 people, including heads of state, members of the royal families, high-ranking politicians and representatives of humanitarian organizations. The coffin will be carried through the streets of London and taken to Windsor Castle, where a new religious service is to be held. Romanian President Klaus Iohannis, Her Majesty Margarita, custodian of the Romanian crown, and her consort Prince Radu are also expected to attend the Queen's funeral. The world's former number one tennis player, Romanian Simona Halep, has announced her intention to stay away from competitions this year. She had earlier informed her supporters of having recently undergone nose surgery, and that is going to keep her out of competitions for a while. Halep was eliminated in the first round of the US Open, but stays in WTA top 10. The Roland Garros champion in 2018 and in Wimbledon a year later, Halep turns 31 in late September. Romania's football champion CFR Cluj on Thursday night conceded a 1-0 defeat to Turkish side Sivasspor in a home game counting towards Europa Conference League. CFR, which is presently ranking last in the group standings, will be up against Slavia Prague on October the 6th and 13th. Also in the Conference League, Romania's vice-champions FCSB and the Belgians from Anderlecht Brussels ended in a goalless draw their game hosted by the National Arena Stadium in Bucharest. FCSB will be playing Danish side Silkeborg in an away game on October the 6th and in Bucharest a week later. Romania has received 5,060 doses of monkeypox vaccine under a donation contract between the Health Ministry and the European Commission. The vaccine will be delivered to hospitals around Romania, in Bucharest, Cluj-Napoca, northwestern Romania, Iași in the east, Timișoara in the west, and Constanța in the southeast. The vaccine is to be used for those who got into contact with infected persons. And that was the news.